Hello everyone and welcome to Phoenix Gaming. Today I am coming at you with a 4-player synchronous Ark Nova game that I set up with some folks that I know from a board gaming Discord server. So we're going to fire off here. We are playing everybody with the same map, and we've got Ice Cream Map here. The same map that I played in the finals at WSBG this year. And we're looking at reptiles, birds, Asia, and the dreaded species diversity. Man, I really hate seeing that at the beginning. It's super beneficial to whoever kind of draws the right animals at the beginning. I think is not the most fun option here. Horsfield's Tarsier is an easy keep for us with the Asia. We could get the partner zoo and do some nonsense with this, or get just completely blown out of the game at the beginning. Herpetologist is another very easy keep thanks to the reptiles here. I don't normally keep Nile Crocodile on a speculation, but it's a little bit fun to try to do so with this. So we might go with Nile Crocodile. Senegal Bush Baby is pretty much a hard no for us. Waza Special Assignment is fun, but takes a lot of setup. Yosemite National Park requires us to draw something off the top here that we are going to want to play into. So we're not too excited about that. And we could go for like an early flip talented communicator situation. We don't necessarily need this. This is a lot better when you're not able to do an early partner zoo, but I guess if someone grabs the Asia partner zoo or early an early conservation, but if someone grabs the Asia partner zoo, we're in trouble and won't be able to play much. You know what, let's do it. I like talented communicator. It's not often that we play a sponsors-based game, so we're gonna rock it out this time. It does make me kind of wish that maybe I had considered basic research a little bit more, but I don't know. I wanna work towards these goals here. All right, interesting enough flop here. Like Sumatran tiger plays into Asia and is just like a bomb card in general. Anthong National Park, we're going to see a lot of people with Asias. We're actually pretty happy to release a Horsfield's Tarsier to the Anthong National Park or to the jungle. We've got a lot of options for sending this Tarsier away, except for Boomy Crawdad's going to ruin our life by grabbing himself the Asia partner zoo. Pretty reasonable, probably the best, the only really truly good partner zoo. So I think it wasn't terribly likely that we're going to get it. And Zab's going to go ahead and grab the Gita University. He's probably got some pretty spicy, nice card to play there. And that's a really huge bummer for us. This did not pan out nicely. We definitely wanted to be able to play this. So we're going to have to rip some wild animals and see what we can do with that. I think we're going to start off by just shoving this down to the bottom, throw our herp and play. Unless we're going to be building a whole lot. Like a cute option here is doing like a build 4. If we want to go for like, I don't think we can even afford an early Sumatran tiger, or that's even really worth it. Early Sumatran tiger, a 4 draw. Oh, nope, that wouldn't be next to 2 of these. No, we're not going to do an early Sumatran tiger. No, we're just going to go ahead and do this. Yeah, this is a little awkward because we don't really know what we want to build. So one thing I do kind of like to do that I've found is not actually very good, but I think it's fun, is to build a 5er, sort of knowing that later at some point in the game I like to have a 5er. We know that the Nile Crocodile can go there, although ideally we'd put him in a reptile house. So we can kind of do that to like sort of expand the zoo out from the beginning. Cover a lot of spaces, which is better on this map than it is on most other maps. Cant's going to grab the other good university there. Yeah, we're left a little shortchanged. I guess an option for us is we could go with the America Constrictor situation. Is there a way that we can get this and a card draw? Not really. Unless I do indeed do like a big build, small build kind of situation. Fascinating. Like if I do like a 5 build followed by like a 2 build, right? I could get this reputation, and then the 2 build could like kind of get this 10 10 plus 2 makes 14. This will be another 10 if we take the... Yeah, you know what? Let's do it. Let's see what happens. I don't know that this is the best play, but it is a play. I think we want to do something like this. Something like that. Nobody's really pressuring the time track here, and we've got a geologist for Bloomy. Bloomy's having a pretty sick start here, starting with a partner zoo and the geologist. Geologist is just insane on this map. Lots and lots of extra dollars to get along the way there. Zab with a sort of awkward cross build here. I say awkward because it's 2 points that touch a kiosk, but he's very, very good at games, so I'm sure he's got some particular thought, like he wants to build something down here and wanted to make sure that he wants to make sure he has like access to this. So I wouldn't be surprised if he had, something that allows him to play down here, or he's planning on playing like a 1 down there. He wouldn't just kind of arbitrarily do some build like that. Decant here choosing not to draw cards, even though he's the one person who's got space in his hand to do it. Looks like he's going to do a building action instead. I try to be more aggressive on my card draws to draw into cool things when I'm in his position. Speaking of being in his position, I have to choose whether I want to do my association action or my cards action now. I guess I want to see more cards. The whole reason I'm like debating this, can I grab the Anaconda with like a 2 thing, is so I can see more cards. I think this round's going to go on for a little while, and I want to try to make that work for me. I would describe our start here as not terribly amazing. We had really kind of a sus animal situation. These animals off the top are a little weird. I maybe could have come up with a cuter plan, but here is where we are, so we're gonna have to make it work. And another option is, I think I could have built out in such a way not to put like the big one out. I just really hate leaving like value of the action of the build action, but it does cost money, so we'll see if that comes back to backfire in the long run. Decant taking that constrictor was extremely surprising. He can't play it because it's partner zooed, so that's a huge bummer for us. That was our animal game plan. So we might just can we cross here? There's absolutely no way we can build enough stuff to just walk across. Ooh, this is really awkward. He can play it in the long run, and maybe he's seeing, say, hey, like the reptiles are there, and is making plans on that. But yeah, that's freaking brutal for us. I don't think too exciting for him, but we'll see. I guess we could snap one. No, we don't want to snap a release project because we're not going to be able to play anything. Zab's probably going to draw off the top. There he goes. Now we got to decide what we want to do. We could take this. Oh, I didn't even look at my endgame cards. Conservation, small animals. Cool. Yeah, really super duper awkward. Maybe I just take like an Africa partner zoo. Africa's got like lots of animals live in Africa. Yeah, I think we need to draw 3 cards off the top to figure out what our clumsy little game plan is going to be from this point forward. I mean, if we play no animals, just like have a 7 income, I guess we could just spend some time playing dumb little kiosks just for it's a +1 income for the appeal and +1 income for this. If we draw nothing live, I think we're really praying that we draw something sexy off the top. I really don't care about taking this university, so I think I am just going to be taking one of these partner zoos. That way, hopefully, I can get kind of the second partner zoo of Asia, and maybe it's unlikely that Zab or DeCamp might end up grabbing a uni, since that's the thing that they have. Yeah, we got a little boxed here. I'm having a hard time with the discards there. I guess instead of Africa, we could go Europe, but my instinct is that usually I'm happier with Africa. Plus, I got the Nile crocodile in hand, which I am planning to ultimately play if things go well this game. Very, very, very early days still, but obviously with the geologist, I'm liking Boomy's position the most. I don't think I have that problem, Boomy. Let's throw up a little subscribe and like reminder for everybody. Yeah? Oh, my face is in the way for the subscribe reminder button. Awesome. All right. Oh, looks like we've got Jeff watching us. Oh, I got a couple bucks. Hooray. We've got a very, very spaciously living European grass snake here. This tells me that Kant's got a reptile or Europe release project that he's planning on playing on the next turn. Actually makes me wonder if he knew that was coming. I mean, he might have just drawn the cards in that way, but if he knew that was coming, he maybe should have considered not even taking the university and then releasing this guy. But we don't really know what the order of his cards draw were, because the first turn release is kind of funny, particularly with a guy that's only worth 3 points there. So that's probably pretty exciting for him. And we're happy to take the $3. We need anything we can get. Boomy's going to draw some cards. Zab here is going to determine the pace of the round with this sponsor's action. And he's going to play spokesperson. Really, really powerful. Probably explains why he grabbed this university. He had that since the beginning. And we're going to rip some cards and pray to the Ark Nova gods for something playable. Let's go. Ooh, that's playable stuff. Some of this stuff is even extremely good. That Secretary Bird's going to get played. I mean, actually, this is really interesting. A raccoon is insanely good for the species diversity project, although he just overlaps with the sun bear. Sun bear is super sick in a game where we're playing Asia. We could also dump the talented communicator, but no, I think the raccoon's going to go. Secretary Bird's going to become our played bird. We'll get punished by 1 space for how we played this out, but that's not the worst. We are pretty happy with that draw, frankly. Secretary Bird saving us a couple bucks. That's a really ideal bird for getting released, because you don't lose the conservation point. You lose just the 4. Of course, we don't see release projects that do that, but something to keep in mind for the future for us. And then if we end up not building any 4 enclosures, when we release it, he'll actually be able to release out of this 5 enclosure again. So that's something cool for us to pay attention to. We are going to have to discard a card, though, because we're only going to be able to keep 3 cards going to the next round. So we've got to decide if we want to do the talented communicator thing. I think we're actually even more incentivized to do the talented communicator thing, because we're not going to do an early conservation project. Oh, I just realized that birds are even a thing, too. God, what a sick draw. We're the best. Guided school tours, a fine but unexciting sponsor. It gives an extra... Does 7 help? Yeah, it gives an extra dollar income there, so not too upset about that, but not as good as, you know, say our friend the geologist here. Looks like we're gonna see Boomy doing a double build to small animals. And this round is gonna go for longer than we wanted to. And there's not a lot we can do to mitigate that. I mean, I guess we've gotten a couple bucks back, so we can keep building. We gotta decide how we want to build. I think I want to be building small things. Like, I mean, part of the question that I'm having here. So if I go up to 6, 6, 6, 6, 6, 6, so a seventh one gives me another income. So I am tempted to crack the build for a kiosk or pavilion, because this guy is going to put me up to 6. That would put me up to the magic 7 number. And I think this round is going to go for an awkward little bit. Like, I want to take this action. I'm probably going to sponsors for 5. Like, I might be the one who ends the round, but kind of depends on like what these guys have in there. Like, Boom's got 5 cards in hand. He's going to play 2 for this, but everyone's going to be in the situation where we're sort of stuck with our association at the action at the top here. One advantage for us not having gone into that track early is that we're not going to have the same problem, although we really only needed to be up at 3 because we're just hoping to partner Zoo next turn for this. Speaking of partner Zoo next turn for this, you know, we're probably flipping our sponsors, so maybe we should be using our build action to be building out for the Tarsier and the Sun Bear, kind of like our 1s and 2s. Man, this is awkward, yo. This is awkward. I think we're going to do it. I'm going to just go for eensy beensy value right now. We're going to build this here. And we're going to see how that works out for us. I guess another option I could have considered was building like a 2 for here for the Sun Bear and then picked up the Expert and Predators with something to do with this if I wanted this round to go on for a really long time. Because I would have gotten some money back. I don't know that it's necessarily amazing for us for the round to go on for a long time. There's always a chance that someone else does something very, very cute. Like if Zab finds a way to like flip a card, it's, I think, probably most advantageous for him. Oh, I didn't realize Boomy changed his build. I guess he realized he didn't need the $5 and wanted to expand outward a little bit more. I think that makes a lot of sense. Takant's going to copy us here. The 7 to 8 is not as exciting for him because that does not give an additional income, but he maybe needed the $5 to continue taking actions or something. Just didn't have a lot else going on. Like he is a little cash strapped, action strapped. Going to see a greater Rhea here. That's a bird. That's not an Asian bird at all. There we go. Something Asian. 2 different things. Ugh. Ugh. All right. We're on to Zab, who looks like he's also prepping for a double build, although maybe he just had an awkward animal situation and built like a 2 for here, not knowing. Oh, I see. Okay. Flamingo. Ah, that's why he built it awkwardly. He wanted to touch the water. He wanted to touch the water and connect this. Flamingo, yep, sure. And then he did this 3 build here, probably for something else in his hand, so that he could make sure the Flamingo dropped this. God, he's so good at games. I hate that guy. Lots and lots of birds in play. Lots of singleton birds in play. Okay, yeah, we are going to jam out our secretary bird at this stage. Good for us. And I think we're going to see that Sumatran tiger die. which is cool. Yeah, pretty weak draw here for Decant, which is drawing 2. I think if I was in his position, I might have X'd out animals to let this go up to 4, because he can actually afford, he has a 5-card hand size. So I might have, yeah. Generally, at the beginning of the game, animals are awkward. Like, they're moving on up, particularly in these, like, slower rounds like this where no one's pressed the sponsors button. So, yeah, I'm pretty sure that I would have X'd this out, then drawn cards the next turn. Because now he's got to discard one of his cards, go down to 4. The problem is that if the break doesn't happen by Decant's next turn, like, what's he going to do? Sponsors for $3 maybe? Or probably build something. It's in fact actually what we're thinking about doing. So it depends a lot on what Boomy does here. Boomy's got 4 cards in hand, so he's definitely incentivized to play one. So if he's got a good sponsor, he's going to play it. But if he just doesn't have one, obviously he can't. So this is kind of a big moment here to see what he's got. And this is where I think the variance in this game is biggest. Oh my God. Drawing an ornithologist is huge. I have to assume, well, maybe not. Yeah, I wonder if he drew it off the Greater Rhea, just the order there, but that's so sick. Like, he has a very, very strong start. And Zab here has plenty of cards. He's in the same position that we're in, where he's going to have to discard some cards. So he just X's out cards as kind of a delaying tactic. This round's going to go long. Like, if I press this button for $5, like, it will end soon, but I don't think that I'm incentivized. I should be the one who gets rewarded for doing this dumb sponsors thing. So alternatively, what I can do is I can just put the pressure on the other players by, I'm going to build right now for sure. And I could put the pressure on the other players, put the screws on them by grabbing this Predator so that I actually have an action to take. Zab with a 4. There's a really good chance he just does this for 4. But if he has, he might have like a 5 sponsors in hand. So if this round just goes along, I need someone else to draw cards. Boomy might draw cards because he really doesn't have much else to do. So would I rather have Expert and Predators in play and have the round go on for longer? Or would I rather press this button? I think I'd rather press the button. I think we're still going to build a twofer. Tempted to build down here. It kind of makes it one of the few big spaces blocked up. But then if I do end up upgrading 3, 4, 5, if I do end up like upgrading my my build action, I can go down this way. Because this is a little awkward for me right now. Although, if I do this, I flip sponsors. Super awkward. This puts me to 3. Let's do this. Because the Tarsier would put us to 5. Okay. We'll see how that goes. I think if people keep delaying, we might keep just playing out buildings. Like, we have needs, although we have a real money problem. We're going to want the next round to run kind of quickly, but the Tarsier will help us with that. We really, really, really want the Asia Partner Zoo. So kind of the one disadvantage of us being the one who wants to like try to crack the break is that other people have the first grab at it. But I think that Decant and Zab have other things they want to do. Like, I think Decant is releasing. Boomy can't grab it. And then Zab is way more incentivized to pick up like this, right? Where he, gets 2 reputation, flips a card, and gets his way towards up there. Yeah, I think there's very little chance that they're going to take the Asia Partner Zoo next round. This is an Anaconda setup for Decant. Boomy here in an awkward position. I think I mean, I could see him sort of doing the delaying thing with us and just building a little pavilion next to his. Sure, yeah. Triggering up there. Boomy and Zab are doing the build I like to build, building from the bottom corner there, but I really needed the reputation for what I thought was going to be my plan until Decant ruined everything, so it was a little bit awkward. Oh, right, and Boomy's got a stupid geologist that's always going to pay him back. Ugh, that's so annoying. Oh, he gets one for... Oh, because it's 2 buildings. Duh. Zab, what are you doing? He does indeed have something. A vet for $2. Yuck. Really unfortunate. Now I wish I'd gone for predators. Well, let's stick with our promised plan and build out the oneer. Going across this way? It's here or here. But the thing is, I might be in a situation where next round I'm even just doing like a pavilion again. And then I really want it there. Yeah, let's do this. Ooh, I am not liking how things have played out for us. I think I maybe was a couple rounds ago supposed to just be more aggressive with the sponsors action, because this going on long is tough. I also still haven't entirely decided what I'm discarding. I think I'm discarding the Nile Crocodile. Yeah, I really want to play it. I love playing this card, but we don't have other reptiles right now, and we do have the things to play the Asia. We do really want to play the Talented Communicator because we don't really have a way of getting a second head before then. And we're clearly playing at a table where folks are going to slow roll a little bit. These 2 guys also get us up to our 5 species diversity. So we're definitely not discarding either of these. Awkwardly, we're not going to have the money. Let's see, we would need 11 and 13, 24 to do like both of these, I think, next turn. Yeah, I mean, part of it is because we've been overpaying for our building stuff, but there's no way we're going to be able to do that. Although this guy gives us 4 back, so he actually costs 7. 7 and 13 makes 20. 15 plus 5. Actually, yeah, that's 15 plus 5, 20, 11, 7, 7, 13, 20. Maybe works. Maybe works. Interesting. $15, $20. Yeah, plus 5. If we build nothing. And 7 to 8, as we already said, does not really increase our income situation. Yeah, Boomy is just killing us, man. Not quite sure what Decant is debating. I guess whether he wants the second 2 or I'm not sure. Not sure what he's considering at this stage. Oh, I see. Interesting. Maybe he really needs the X for something, like the X for the sponsors to play something. Playing a real game of chicken here. Zab did indeed get his flip, thanks to the vet. And sure, he'll get some money, which he immediately can build with. Ugh. This is a nightmare. Well, I think we set our game plan. We had the $20. If I build right now, I'll get one rebated back, but then I'm going to be $1 short from doing the cute thing. If I do this now, Asia Partner Zoo, sure, I draw some cards, animals, talented communicator, because it'll be here. Yep. Sort of sucks. Things are not nice. Generally, I think too many people played chicken. And I felt like I was the one who had like the most, I don't know, right to play chicken, I guess, because I had the sponsors at 5. But really, I think who have benefited most is Zab. The round going on long was really, really good for him. Oh, Decant here with a sea turtle tank. That is pretty sick. He'll get some money for that. He's got 2 now, so he can do the low-level reptiles. Not normally a super exciting sponsor, but I think in this situation it does a lot of work. It's also going to place another one of these into play. Yeah, so that's why he grabbed that X last turn. But I think it goes back to earlier where I said it would have been worth Xing out, for when he did his card draw. I'd mentioned him doing an X out here. Oh, interesting. He's going to play in a way that's slightly more efficient onto the board, getting that X back, but is not going to cover this. How do I feel about that? I guess there actually wouldn't be a great place to throw this kiosk, and maybe throw it up here, and then that's $1 if you can't if he doesn't have any anything to play in his hand. And he sold 2 cards for maximum money, so he's now plenty happy for this round to keep going. Boomy, I think, is gonna just end it. No, he's got a sponsorship for primates, $3 more. Oh my god. That's awful. Zab, here's $2. This is going to end the round. Yeah, $2 in an X is an okay action. It's not great for him, obviously, but he doesn't have anything else that he wants to do. Fortunately, so long now, Crocodile. We are in big, big trouble. I feel like I'm in dead last right now. The one saving grace we have is the species diversity situation. Seeing a polar bear exhibit up here is not helpful for that because it means someone else can do the same shenanigans. Hate that for us. Hey, vey. Okay. Nope. We have a running gag about Okapi Stable being OP, and now people just constantly post videos of folks that have actually used Okapi Stable. The annoying thing is that this is probably the best map for Okapi Stable because sponsors are so good on this map, and playing out and covering these kiosks is so good on this map. Dumb. I gotta decide if I want to draw. What do I want to draw here? Because I am interested in these various things, interested in this, but I'm also gonna be playing a ton of cards out. Three, 4. Until I take my animals action. When I take my animals action, I'll get the 2 more, so I'll flip another card. So in theory, I could play Polar Bear Exhibit later, but it is really later because I need to play the Talented Communicator. Okay, so we've ruled out that we're snapping Polar Bear Exhibit. we're probably cards drawing, Xing, talented communicator, double animals play, conservation project. Really what we want to know is if Boomy is going to conservation project for the Asia, which I feel like is most likely. But he could in theory go for birds, or maybe he's got a freaking, deal in hand or something. He's got a lot of choices. I can't do a release project now, or I'm not going to. Oh, what am I talking about? Obviously mine is going to be the five species diversity. So I don't need one of these immediately, but I like one. All right, I think we've talked ourselves into drawing just randoms. Ugh. No, we're not going to be playing you for a while. All right, now we should actually pay attention to what our opponents were doing. Zab had... Oh, he took a partner zoo? Fascinating. An American partner zoo. What is that for? He's got to have the stupid macaw. He's playing the dumb macaw. Drop in hecka pavilions. He's going to have a huge amount of income thanks to these guys. Pavilions will move him over there. That's pretty nice. Generally, it's not great to not flip two things, but because he had all the reputation, he actually already has a flipped thing. That's super spicy. What did Boomy do? Drew cards, sure. Oh, hence the copy stable. He can't actually take the copy stable. He's trolling us. Yeah, and he's punished immediately for Komodo dragging off the top. All right, moment of truth. What are you taking, Boomy? It might also indicate what he sort of has in his hand. Like if he's got other birds. So he has no other birds, presumably, to take the birds thing here. And he might have other Asia things. Interesting. My default assumption would be that he would take Asia because then he could do one of these release projects for this Dusky Leaf Monkey. Might be that he's just not concerned about other players with Asia, though. I don't know. About our draw, by the way, Fennec Fox is fine because it's discounted for us when we have the upgrade thing. We're small animals-ing, and sponsorship reptiles is okay too. So it's not a super exciting draw, but it's all very functional, which I guess actually does make it an exciting draw. And time is ticking ever forward. People are stressing me out with the card draws. I've been fast and furious. So we've got more money than we thought because we got an extra $3 along the way. We've got our 24 here. We need this to go down. But we could build something right now or exit. Building would be like a pavilion here. We're going to make 8 points to go to 15. So an extra point is not too much. It's really just 1 extra income. I think we're going to exit out because I think the plan ultimately is we're going to upgrade build. And so we can just do something bigger and cooler later rather than now. I like that more. Talented communicator next. Jam out our double animals. If for some reason people start getting really aggressive on the breaking thing, it's going to ruin our lives. But I do think our opponents have things that they need to do as well. So hopefully that's not going to be the situation. Like ideally right now for us, to can't build so that he can then animals on the next turn. Boomy's going to build so he can animals on the next turn. Zab is a little bit more of a wild card with the sponsorship here. He does have a lot of cards in hand, so my inclination is that he's got some sponsorships to play. He's got a whole freaking what are these called? Science tag thing going on. So, if he's got any science sponsors, he's very, very incentivized to play them. Here we get our building situation. Just make sure it's not an important message. It's not. So what do we have for a build here? Already built one thing. Looks like he built the pavilion here. I think, I mean, it depends on the sponsorship thing, right? If he's got a sponsor to play, he does want to march across, but because, trying to get to here is important, especially flipping your build on this map allows you to get across here and trigger essentially the extra kiosk for the additional money. And he's even played an additional kiosk here to make that happen. Interesting. Oh, because he can't play kiosk here because this guy's here. Sure. That's a little awkward. Looks like he's going to be playing two small guys, although it's pretty tough to pull off with that amount of money. And then I guess we're going to see this kiosk go here. He doesn't like it. I am going to briefly stop recording while he thinks about this, and I'll stop the pause when he's back. Not even 2 seconds later, he changed his mind and X'd out animals, and then he has unchanged his mind about that. Okay, never mind. I got too hasty. All right, we're gonna let him build. Okay. Ultimately, we had the build here, ended up building in this way with the twofer up top here. Boom, he's building. He's hooking around with the arm. First petting zoo to the table. Petting zoo normally a little bit more exciting for species diversity, although we know for a fact that we're going to take that away from him. And Boomy gets the full triple, which is going to just skyrocket his income even more. There he is. Killing us. Yeah, geologist is just too damn good on this map. Aminals. There's the macaw we talked about. So now's the moment of truth. Do we have a sponsor play here? I mean, ideally, these pavilions like go dancing around this, or he kind of builds out here. So it looks like we are going to have a sponsor play. Oh, no? Oh, he's finishing the pavilions. Is that how the order goes? Did he pass it? He's literally just marching across. So he's got no sponsors in hand. That means that, I mean, maybe he just chose to save the money and ignore this and is going to play the sponsor for free off this. But there's a really good chance we should treat Zab as a ticking time bomb here. Either way, we need to play out this talented communicator. Yes, we're going to miss out on some income, but we are not going to play the Sun Bear without being able to take an association action. Oh, an X out here. That's really bad for Decant. I guess means he doesn't have animals that he can or wants to play. We know for a fact that he's got the Anaconda that is unplayable for him. I mean, this is another part of the reason why drawing that card is a mistake, because he could have drawn into something that he could play. That was the problem that we had at the beginning. Boomy is concerned that he's not going to get his zoo situation out, and we love seeing this because I don't think that any way Zab's going to end the round before we get to take our action. So we're very, very happy to see that. No essentially additional sponsorship actions were taken. It's a good chance that Decant's going to sponsor for 5 and end the round. It seems like he's just totally jammed up in some way. I mean, Zab's, I guess we're not too concerned because realistically, Zab is going to unlock this kiosk for the additional income. It would be kind of crazy for him to try to end the round here. But he was our button presser, but we have the time that we needed. Oh, he wants the extra money though. That is going to be really bad for him as I'm about to end the round. Sorry, buddy. Awkward. This is a dream for us because Boomy didn't get to play out his thing, so he doesn't get to just completely blow us out of the water with his income. I think we're on building because we need to go around this corner here. All right, we get to do nutty stuff. All of a sudden, we feel like we're doing really, really well. I think money... We've got 2, so we don't need the association worker. I think we actually want the card draw because we're going to want to take this jungle off the board if it's still there. Or do we want to just snap the Komodo dragon and take this? No, let's make ourselves have some good stuff going on there. All right. Camp picking up his X's, throw down an Okapi stable. Interesting. Okapi stable would have been... Oh, I forgot he had it. I think actually, let's roll back. He was supposed to use this here, spend the $6, and then build the Okapi stable here last turn. That's what he was supposed to do. He had the cash for it. He was like rich. He had like $18. So this was supposed to go here. He would have paid 6 for the copy stable, goes here, and then he could have paid for whatever else. Well, there goes our dream of the primate release project. We flip a bald eagle and a king vulture. What is going on right now? A lot of really spicy stuff. These 3 are all sick. Does Boomy have place to play them with his upgraded animals? Sure doesn't. Zab's probably going to grab something. There's lots of grabs that he can make in reputation range. So that's going to kill our dream with the Komodo dragon, unfortunately. Oh, and a Japanese macaque. Oh, my God. Oh. Japanese macaque is perfect for Zab. Jesus. Jumping Ibex, push the round a little bit. Not terribly exciting, but gets him towards the species diversity and the horse. And Zab's got a really tough build ahead of him here. He could also he might actually also do the association action instead because he's got vet. And so he wants to be cycling this association card. Can he do? No, because Boomy blocked him. So actually, there isn't a project Zab can do unless he has one in hand. Yeah, bummer for him. So we'll finish off this for the true pavilion kiosk experience. And then he's got 4 builds left. He'll grab a card. That's probably going to be my Komodo Dragon, sadly. And a 3-er here for the Komodo Dragon. Hate to see it. Both the Komodo Dragon and the primate thing. We're going to draw some cards. Help us make a plan here. I am interested in that King Vulture. But I don't have anything to make it happen. I'm not going to snap the Bald Eagle because I need lots of stuff. And the Bald Eagle is kind of long-term. Really happy with the Frilled Lizard draw. That is a nice, cheap card that matches our general... Oh. Skills. Such sick skills. Oh, fascinating. Ostrich is unlikely to be played. Vulture is good. Mostly I don't want other people to play it. But also if I take it, it makes these guys more available for other folks. That being said, we're next on build order. So, yeah. I think the Ostrich is not good enough. Maybe it is because it's a bird and we could play the King Vulture. Like these two could go there. It's 29. I almost feel like we're just going reptiles and these guys are just going to get gobbled up. Wish I had my my Nile Crocodile. Should I just throw you away? Yeah, we'll throw you away. We can figure out the bird situation later. Fennec Fox is not too exciting for us. It's nice and cheap. You know, that's the part that we like about it. But I guess I should have actually realized also I've got small animals in hand. And so I do want to play that Fennec Fox for the discount. Yeah. Oh, well. It's fine. It's not ideal to play birds because Boomy Crawdad's holding on to Elizabeth here. But if we gotta, we will. I mean, it gets us towards this, right? Reptiles. Reptile babies. Which is going to make that Anaconda and Decant's hand even more awkward. It's kind of funny. I mean, I was planning on doing the Anaconda thing. I think things have worked. Oh, you know what's really funny thinking all the way back to that Anaconda? It's got to be by the water, and I didn't let myself set up near the water. So I couldn't have even used it anyway. I would have taken it, played the 2, and felt really stupid. That's a hilarious thing to realize many turns later. So, Decant, if you're watching this, thank you for making me switch plans into just a strictly superior plan because I'm an idiot. Oh boy, that's extra special. Boomy here with an early build. He is getting a reputation so he can build for the Bald Eagle is my guess. Maybe a 2 and then like a pavilion or something like that. Wants that Bald Eagle. Bald eagle's pretty busted. Well, Zab could have gotten it with an X and a snap. Yeah, I think DeCant probably could have snapped it too, or not even snapped it. He was in reputation range, so I think he could have just drawn and taken it for himself. I was actually sort of hoping that would be the case. Zab's going to get his additional association worker by pushing up here. And then I decide if I care about Zab having the macaque. It means I'm going to get attacked. I would really not mind having the macaque myself, and I could set up to play it this round. So let's let that not happen. Polar bear exhibit. Like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Polar bear exhibit. Okay. Are we going to build the Agama instead? Interesting. Because then I can do like this. 1, 2. Three. Do I want you here or you here? I think I want you in the bottom corner here. This. Here. Corner. Okay. Yeah, that worked out okay. The macaque is a totally reasonable play for us. It's our 4th Asia. Like, it does a lot of things. I'm tempted to use the Agama and just eat both the birds. Just say I'm never going to go for them. Decant now with the card draw. I think he just rips off the top. I don't think any of these are so exciting for him. Polar bear exhibit's literally unplayable when he snaps the bird instead. I mean, it'll draw more cards. It's like already better. Not letting you have my eagle, so don't even try it. Actually wasn't even thinking that I would steal specifically Boomy's eagle, but it is a nice side effect. just X's out the sponsors. Super interesting. That means he wants the round to go on long. I guess that makes sense. He's got a lot of association actions. I'm not unhappy to see that. Zab here gonna draw. Really don't want him to draw our polar bear exhibit. Polar bear exhibit is actually literally unplayable for him, so that would be a strict hate draft, and it's not even that great. It's just nice for me because it lets me fill out my map, which I'm a little far behind on. I prefer the I don't like the determination snakes. They feel too good for me. Snap of that snowy owl. Two. No. Did we mess up? Did I do that differently before? Is this what I had planned? I mean, we're here now. Is this what I'd planned? I don't know. All right, whatever. It's fine. It's fine. Do you go here? Do you go here? Do I need an X? I got 2 X's. We'll go here. Yeah, so what Zab is referring to with having to worry about pilfering now is that he is super disincentivized from playing animals, because if he goes above Boomy, he's going to lose. Well, not super disincentivized. He's $5 or a card disincentivized. But if he plays animals, there's a good chance he won't even have the $5 left, and he'll have to give me a random card. And usually losing a random card means you're going to lose your best card, and that's always a nightmare. Herbivore breeding program, I don't think does anything for anybody. Not yet. Decant showing that he has not played the violent version. Yeah, it's my bad for setting it up that way. We generally play peaceful because that's what they play at WSPG. But yeah, I hate determination, and so my preference actually is to. I hate being pilfered too, but I hate determination even more. For me, getting blown out by someone taking double turns is always worse than, having to play around, saving a couple bucks, or getting always for sure your worst card stolen. Decant here looks like it's going to be a single build with this barn owl. Open up some cards off the top, hopefully giving him a little bit more action. Did he use an X here? I don't think he did, no. So no matter what he draws, he's not playing anything else. I think Decant is pretty much dead in the water here. Like, he's well behind in points. His appeal is the least. His income is the least. He's got 2 of the weakest sponsors in play. He hasn't unlocked the ice cream parlor. He's just in big trouble. Boomy here. Yeah, still doing nice. I still like his position. His income is absolutely monstrous. He's got all the infrastructure he needs. So the question is essentially, what conservation is he going to be able to do before the end of the game? And we'll start off here with the species diversity. Yep, Mulligan's good. And he will take some bucks. Will not get him quite enough to get pilfered by me, unfortunately. All right, that's a partner zoo with Zab. And now I gotta decide if I want to go the university path. I think I do. Right? It's like universities are never university. And I think I do want to get some universities. I don't think there's a difference in the science one for me or in the one extra reputation. So we're just going to go ahead and grab the hand size in case some shenanigans happen. And we will continue to pressure other players on time. And now if the round ends, we're not as punished for doing that. Our plan going forward from here is we're going to play out. We're going to draw cards to refill our hand. I think we're actually going to have money. So if the round goes long, we've got build. We're in really good shape here. We could also like play out our sponsorship for reptiles, but ideally what we want to do is like do a double play. So like reptiles and quarantine lab at some point if it gets down enough. It's a good chance I think that Zab will draw quarantine lab. It's better for him than it is for other people. Okay, Boomy did some draws. Did you just draw off the deck? Yeah, that makes sense. Generally, when you're unflipped at this stage of the game, you're going to draw off the deck unless there's something super sick, and people have been snapping enough that there aren't any obvious winners there. Zab says, I can't wait anymore, which is unfortunate for him, and actually kind of unfortunate for me. I would rather steal from Boomy than I would from Zab. But he says he can't wait anymore, which is fair. P-foul. It's a good card in this scenario. Extra bird. And some Asia. This is making it so I think we're really unlikely to do the bird thing. We just don't. We've got the one. That'd be our second, but if we even drew a third one, this would be our fourth one. And there's a really good chance that Zab just takes the fourth one. So we might even need 5. It's very kind of luck dependent. I don't know. It's really tough to say. Do I want to press the issue for Boomy? No, I don't want Zab to jam 5 and end the round. That sucks for me. So I think we got to do the thing. We're going to steal first because if we get a card, we like. It's good. Take our $5. And then this is tough because, you know, cards are really more important for us than money, but having a ridiculous amount of money is almost always good. I think we're going to do it. In case the round doesn't end, We have too many cards in hand anyway. Let's get out of birds. We've got enough going on. We're doing reptile stuff. We're doing Asia stuff. And we're hoping that we'll draw something, even though the release projects we wanted are long gone. Ooh, a low play for animals here. Looks like I'm going to get double constricted here. Now we really want Zab to end the round. And that's a third reptile, though we're not concerned about Decant's reptiles because he is not competing with us anymore for this. So that's just extra money for us. That does mean that Zab can't really end the round. I mean, I guess he could force it. Yeah. And fortunately for us, this does mean that Boomy's not going to get a reputation as he builds or as he animals here. So we're happy to see that. I think the constriction probably worked out more in our, like, hurt our enemies more than it hurt us. But we are going to see what happens. Oh, Boomy straight up X's out here. He says, I can just build in the long run efficiently. That's super fascinating. Zab with a medical breakthrough. Okay, so he's got to use the X's. I can see why he needs to play that on the earlier side. But he is broke. It's a little bit tough for him. I think I probably just draw cards with this. I can snap something, although I don't think there's anything I really want to snap. I could also just play out my sponsorship reptiles. I don't see this round ending, but maybe Boomy does end the round. Let's just play out my sponsorship reptiles. Super. Okay, and I need to hit the restroom, so I'm going to pause and then catch you up. Okay, we've missed nothing. We're on a build action. Hooray, we've missed nothing. Ooh, there it goes. Big birds. Yeah, this map is funny in that you ideally want the aviary to kind of like sit in this little corner here. But there's a bunch of places that it can go. Here, there. Yeah, the Akabi stable actually kind of making it a little bit awkward because this is strangely the place where the aviary goes best. Speaking of, I wonder if we're going to see an aviary from Boomy here. Yeah, here's pretty nice. It's not going to happen with that constricted build thing at all, but that could be a long-term plan. He also can just build a 4-er here and then build the aviary afterwards, like for the bald eagle, so he doesn't have to make the decision on that just yet, which is nice for him. But looks like Decant's definitely not going to end the round, and he shouldn't. He's happy to see us constricted. Zab, I suspect, is going to, I don't know, draw cards. Like, he's got not a whole lot that he can do. And I have to make a choice about what I want to do with my association worker. So I thought that other people were going to force the end of the round. I actually maybe should have considered taking 2 rep instead last turn, but it is what it is. I think I'm never gonna think I'm probably not flipping there. Am I not flipping animals? It's a tough call. It's a very interesting call, actually. I draw cards. I'll draw 2 rather than 4. Discard 1. Yeah, it's okay. Not ideal, but it's okay. But I also could take a conservation action. I would really like to get another Asia, and I'm likely to. And I need another reptile. Yeah, I really need the right cards. I can't complain about my card draw so far. It's been pretty dang good. Xing out again. That puts him in a position, I guess, to take this. And he probably doesn't have anything interesting to do there. It's interesting. He could have chosen to end the round. He doesn't want to end the round because he's rich and can do things still. But so am I. Zab here, Xing out. It's just going to be a lot of Xing out. Fascinating. Decant probably just going to force the end of the round. Oh, vey. So the thing I'm thinking is if I just push 2 X's on this, just take this. Like, it's a bummer, but I could, like, take the card snapper. So it's like it costs me 2 points, but now I can be snapping cards off the display. Which is not awful. Do I think Decant's going to end the round? He's got 1 card in hand. I think he didn't use the Okapi stable. I think he is going to end the round. All right. I'm sure I'll regret it. But let's try it. Let's just go. Step on the gas. Let's take one more. We just need this. So, yeah, I think we are not upgrading our association this game. It's points. It's a way to convert points. Oh, man, but is this good? Let's say this gets us like a point, some rewards. Right, because this is going to trigger like twice. I got small animals. I think I do need to do this. And also just in case I draw into an elephant or something. There's the Asia. God damn it. Oh, well. All right, we are predicating this line of action being on Decant ending the round. If he doesn't, we're going to feel extra foolish. I do really love that we've got a poorly shuffled deck here. Not really, because these cards were not next to each other, but... Maybe we were supposed to take the Gould's Monitor because we want the reptiles. So if we had drawn, we would have drawn the pelican and the bear. So we would have been much happier with a draw. But we can't know that that's what we would have drawn, so be it. If so we're at 12, I guess Zab's probably just going to draw Well, no, because he's going to draw cards and then have to discard them. It's really awkward for him. Ah, we are finally going to get a build. 2 X's. Aviary? Okay. So now we should end the round before Boomy can use his worker. Although, he's just putting it up here at 5 anyway. Zab. So if Zab draws, we're at 14. I think we draw. Because yes, we get fewer cards we care about, but we get an extra X, which we also care about. If Zab ends the round, which he could with the sponsor and the X, that's fine for us because we just draw cards. He's not going to be taking any of these 3 actions. I suppose he could X something out, but that seems like kind of weird. If he X's something out, I guess we could do this. Yeah, so we see fewer cards. We see 2 fewer cards, but given that we did the whole Asia thing, we're not as concerned about seeing fewer cards. We just want to see some of those, some reptiles. But these are unexciting reptiles. So let's end the round. Get the X. Let's draw a card. Yeah, sure. Do I want that dingo? $6 points, right? Because I've got two predators already. I can just play him off the. I can just play him off the track. Do I just take this monitor now? Whatever gets drawn into play, I can subsequently snap because I think I'm the only one with snapping. Hilarious. Thorny Devil would be better. Are we playing a reptile house here? Is that what's happening? We could take this Eurasian brown bear. He goes here. One, two, three, 4, 5. 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Is anybody else going to take the brown bear? No. No. Maybe. But he doesn't have any bear stuff. So we can probably greed the brown bear. Great. I think we are playing a reptile house. The butterfly is going to go here. I don't think there's really anywhere else that it can go on our map. Nope, not at all. It goes right here, which means we're not going to get... We've only got rocky reptiles. Fortunately, we do indeed only have rocky reptiles. This is 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 spaces. So yeah, we definitely want to build the reptile house. It's only going to free up one of our ones currently, which is not the most exciting. Because it means we can't play the dingo off the top, which is all right. I don't think anyone else is incentivized to play that dingo, so we'll see how that goes. We probably will draw this bear if it comes down to the cards. I don't think we want to be quite so greedy to let someone take it off the board. Because being able to double association is pretty exciting. Plus the full-throated gets us this without having to take this as the reward for the 2 CP. And our income is better. This game's really turned the corner for us. We're in a pretty commanding position right now, I would say. This Asia thing is really interesting. I mean, we don't have to worry about it as much now. And we did say, hey, we're interested in getting, I mean, like well, we've got 2 universities. A third university is a point, so it's a really bad version of these. And Decant's gonna box Zab out of the, well, Zab actually had no hope of doing this anyway. Zab has quite the pavilion zoo, but is a little behind on animals from Boomy and myself, and that's, I think, part of his financial issues as well. Yeah, it's interesting actually that he's, because a lot of these have just come from posturing, you know. Oh, Decant's gonna take the dingo. That's a very curious take for him, especially as a snap, but okay. Don't love seeing geological. That's great for Boomy. It's actually okay for us. We see 2 as well, so yeah, we want to try to get that geological before him, but we've used our snap. We want to probably draw lots of cards, so it's unlikely that we're going to use our card drawer to snap geological. We want to draw multiple things, so the only way we're really going to get it is if it slides down or we move up in reputation. All right, Boomy says he's not going to push it for the Asia slot. He grabs a pile of X's. Fascinating. So he's going to maybe try to associate again soon, or he just knows he doesn't need the money. He doesn't need the cards. Yeah, it might just be that he doesn't really have good other options. Zab with an awkward early snowy owl, because that'll give him his 4th bird. I say it's awkward because he doesn't get the reputation, which is really quite beneficial for him. To the point that I actually wonder if Zab was meant to like take a uni, then build his birds, let this slide up, because he's got 2 workers. Unless he's somehow thinking that he's going to do 2 conservation actions this round, I think I would have done this and then this second and then followed it up later with an association action. But we'll see what he does when he takes the conservation action, because maybe that informs something. I wonder if we're going to see the Komodo dragon. Oh, Zab might be in a position to take the 5 because I didn't. That's pretty nice for him. Yeah, with the snowy owl, the Komodo dragon, which is going to be worth like a gazillion points. Yeah, Zab has a lot of points for what he's doing with less stuff. So he is going to want to be ending the rounds sooner so that he can deal with his financial problems. If the rounds go long, Boomy and I are going to just bury these other players. So similarly, like Decant is going to want to press that sponsors 5 button, I think, more often than not. There it is. We'll take our $3. 6, 7, 8. Our herpetologist has just made roughly a gazillion dollars this game. I think with our little sponsors thing here, I was thinking about playing out the diversity researcher because I could do quarantine lab and something else, but there is nothing else. We're going to go ahead and grab this bear while the getting's good. And I think we're just going to make ourselves immune from any other shenanigans, hypnosis, and friends. And then we're going to lead our reptile build With the Gould's Monitor? Oh, but our Nile Crocodile, even if we drew it off, I was going to say because we could have a chance of drawing our Nile Crocodile, but he has to live by a Nile, and I only have mountainous things. So between the Nile Crocodile and the Eurasian Brown Bear, I'm sorry, but beloved Nile Crocodile, it's not going to work out. So the question is whether I want to sprint 1 or scavenge 2. I still think scavenging 2 is probably better. Although frilled lizard is small and the geological thing... Maybe I'm actually supposed to play the frilled lizard first. That's very interesting. Very interesting indeed. One reputation. Is there another way I can get a reputation? The 2 reputation bumps me up to the geological level and I would get that cart. But I think there's only one way to get a reputation, and it's from my the taking of the animals action. Yeah, I don't see another way right now. I mean, I guess I could use this for the 2 rep, but that's, I think, not going to be an action I end up taking this game. No, I think I play animals. Play animals. Let's start with the frilled lizard, see what we draw, and make a call from there. Card draw for Boomy. Decant did some building in the 3 slot. Looks like he's building out some rhubarb places. We're gonna see Zab jam birds here. And then he probably needs money. So he has the interesting choice of $12 now or $5 and 5 ongoing. My usual take at this stage would be the $5 and 5 ongoing, but it's actually relatively close. Like, it's the 12 might be more money, but he might end up needing to take both of the money actions in the long run. And I think the difference between 23 and 16 is not hugely significant for him right now. He doesn't have places to play animals, so he's going to be doing a build action probably for 10, and then isn't really left with enough money to play double animals, maybe a single animal with the $12. We got to remember that Boomy always has the chance to take double turns, which is just always going to be terrifying forever. Yeah. Just a straight up stone cold threat consistently. Fortunately for us, Boomy's got no exciting association things going on that we can see. So he's only got something in his hand, which could be a good release project. Currently doesn't have any monster release targets, so he can't just completely blow us out of the water. He went with, the extra employee. I guess he's planning on doing another conservation action later. Which answers our question about, we were saying if he wasn't going to do 2 conservation actions, I thought that he should grab the university, but it looks like he was going to, so that makes sense. We are going to go ahead and do what we said with the frilled lizard. It's a hippopotamus, which we can't play, but we can build here. It's not awful. Actually makes that herbivore breeding program pretty exciting. What's going to happen next? Association. I'm going to draw this at some point. Or this. My association, am I going to take 1 point, or am I going to take 4 and just neglect the 5th point? That's really, really awkward. I want that 5th point. I think we've given up on geological. I don't see a way for us to get it. Pick one card to keep. I mean, we're not going to be playing this ostrich. So let's keep the thing that we're also extremely unlikely to play. Both cards that it's like I drew them from my own personal discard deck. So our next turn, we can either, use an X for association if we want to conserve, or we could do a university thing, or we could play out our diversity researcher. I don't think we need to fast play our diversity researcher. Oh, that's why we should have played the Thorny Devil, because it's extra $2. Big dummy. Yeah. Oh well. That's what I get. Curiosity took the best of me. I like drawing to see the cards early. Obviously, it's beneficial for its own reasons there. Yeah, tough call. I need to decide what I'm going to do with the association worker now, because either it's going to be conservation project, reptiles, or university. But there is no other conservation project I can do in the state that I'm at without drawing cards. And I want to draw many cards, so I want that cards to go to the top, because I'm going to play many cards. Here we go, Zab pushing the round. Hate to see it, but that's definitely the right call on his part. Am I supposed to wait? We got 2 of these, which are totally useless. I think no one's going to compete with me, right? Yeah, no one can compete with me. It's like a 1-point mistake. Do I care about any of these? Could do some tucking action. 3 X's. Because if Decant pushes it, let's grab some X's. They're both going to be 2 points probably. I think maybe with the double action brown bear, I didn't need to rush out the rewards. I don't know. It's a tough call. It cost myself a point. I probably don't need the action, but I'd get the advantage of having the flexibility of 3 X's right now. Yeah, I mean, the other way I cost myself a point if I do have the conservation actions to take, and I end up just taking this for the 1 point rather than the 1 point and the rewards. So Yeah, it's a little tough to say, I think. Putting a double on association here with the red panda means that very, very likely on Decant's next turn, we're going to be over. We're going to see Boomy play out some animals. We're going to see Zab do some building, I think. And so that means that on our turn, we've got to decide whether we want to draw cards or play out the Diversity Researcher. I think we're just going to play the Diversity Researcher. We do want to grab this Herbivore breeding program, but if Decant ends the round, we can maybe just grab the Geological instead and not deal with the Pygmy Hippopotamus. I mean, like, we like the Pygmy Hippopotamus. We're definitely... Our eyes are big for our stomach right now. It's part of the reason that I grabbed the X's is we have a lot of money. We have a huge amount of income. So I want to be, like, actually using X's on my build to put multiple things out and be playing animals. Like, the problem that I have now is my infrastructure is very, very good. I need to make sure that I have enough time left to play the game. Meerkat Den here is a nice little touch. Here, maybe? Or here, actually. And that goes maybe here. Yeah, probably here. And Decant is running out of space. Lots of little holes on his board. Just going to be awkward when he's trying to fill them in. I think here is better than here. I guess it limits what else could be played. Yeah, still. It's not a big difference one way or the other. All right, let's see what Boomy's got here. I don't think he pulls the eagle trigger yet. He doesn't need to. Interesting. I think, I mean, it's clear that he wants to play two bigger animals, but I think he's got to be playing things out of his hand. He's got the same time issue that I have. If Decant ends the round, he's got over $100. Like, it's going to be tough for him to take as many animal actions as he needs. He does have 5 X's, so actually, you know, what I'm saying is not as true, because with just a couple X's and upgraded animals, it's pretty easy to double jam animals, so that's not fully true. Maybe he just didn't have cards to play out. I'm not quite sure. He really wants to play the American Alligator. I don't know. It doesn't seem likely either. Is the Herbivore breeding program good enough that I draw cards now? It means that I'm drawing over my hand limit, but I don't really care about this Expert in Predators card. I don't have anything that I'm discarding for things. It also sort of guarantees the round is going to end. I'm not in a rush to put sponsors back to the top again. I mean, I'm going to play Diversity Researcher, but I don't need to be in a huge rush to do so. Yeah. I actually think I've talked myself into, because I did this, I think I need to make sure that I have the thing. Let's draw some cards like a normal person first. Monster draw. 2 cards. Also a monster draw. Oh, but of course, I didn't think about the fact that I will have Diversity Researcher in hand. That's a little egg on my face. Having drawn this research, I now really wish that I had, of course, done this. Fascinating. I want to play everything. I have to discard a bunch of stuff. Oof. Diversity researcher is going to be worth 2-ish or 4-ish. Definitely 2, but probably 4-ish points. But if we play the research zoo, like if we do like a double with the bear and do like this and this, you know, it could be like a nice closer. We're going to be like building with 2 X's for 5, 6, 7. I think we're at the, we have to count it stage. 5, 6, 7, you know, that's 14, puts us at 72. Okay, I guess Decant's not going to end it. Yeah, same. But I can appreciate wanting to use your association worker. Okay, where was that? 14 puts me at 72. I can do this, which is like another 9, 81. I think what I'm supposed to do right now is play 2 animals, clean up the hand. Bald eagle, rhino, association worker. Gonna be a huge, huge, huge turn. Yeah, I think I like playing animals here. Because then I can play out the Thorny Devil and the Cotton Top Tamarin. Then yeah, I think that works. Because by putting animals down, it could maybe like even do like Russian association action depending on when the break happens. Interesting choices. What do we get for Boomy? Oh, he took a university here. Not the most exciting option. He just had the one. Oh, he had 1 worker. Oh, that's a real limitation for him. Yeah, that sucks with the with this. I think though he was supposed to use 2 X's, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, because, well, is there any way he's getting 3 reputation? Is it worth 2 X's for a speculative 4th worker? I still think so, because later on he can get like 2 rep with this. He also is demonstrating that he like wants a 3rd worker. So full restart? No. Here we go. There's the 7. He got there. I'm not streaming, so I know for a fact he's not shadow watching or whatever it's called. All right, there we have it. Just like we drew it up. And he noticed because he was going to pick up 3 X's. They're all going to go to waste. So he gets 2 X's here. Sure. Yeah, frankly, actually, at this stage, if he had had 1 more reputation, using 2 more X's to get the other worker and go bam, bam, bam with a 9er, I think would have been well worth his time. All right, we're going to save our cards since we just drew into nice stuff. A little inefficient with our getting reputation, but so be it. It might, yeah, no, this is okay. Oh, we're not quite going to save cards because we're going to get 1 extra card here. And I guess our threat right now is Zab, because Boomy has blown his bald eagle, and Zab's got that income, although money is in Boomy's favor. The reason I'm thinking about this is, like, do I take, like, Science Institute? Probably not. Do I take something random? Do I take the geological? Maybe I just take geological. If for some bananas reason the round doesn't end, I can do something. Yeah, we just take this. So, assuming he ends the round, we could associate, diversity, build. Animals, associate to end the game. So associate, we could do... Is there any way I can do this without doing the diversity? I think diversity is a requirement because I don't have enough X's. If I do this, $14. Oh, you are a sponsors action. Oh. Seven. I need 7 actions to do 5 and 2. 5 and 2. But I can get 2 X's back or throw something to 0. So let's say I get 1 X back. I use this. Sorry, this goes to 7. No, I need this to go first. That's my problem. Unless I use this with 1 X to grab the uni. 3 more X's. So we're at 0 X's now. This is here. This is here. We can take this, which throws this to the bottom. Animals with an X. Diversity researcher. Double action. Research herbivore program. $14, $17, $85, and then through the end. I think that's the line. $85 plus 6. Plus 6 for the extra worker. 14 plus 6 That's 20, 88, plus 3, 91, over to the end. I don't think we're concerned about money. 32 plus 10 and 4, 14. 32 and 14 makes 50 or 46, which we have like in income. Great. Looks like Decant snapped aquatic. I think we're snapping Bavarian just so we can't have any of these guys doing. It's not that big a deal. It's not that big a deal. I don't think we care much. Worried about anyone playing the dugong for 12? I don't think it's not that much better than the sea lion. Upgraded sponsors. Yeah, we're just going to take this so that people can't take it. Science lab. That's fun. We would prefer science lab to diversity research. Actually, they're kind of similar. Four plus 3 is 7. 0 of these left. 1x back. Everything to 1. This goes to the bottom. X for this. Reputation. Take that action. Yes. Okay, we're good. Draw cards. Draw cards. All right. I think we've figured out. We figured out the line that ends the game. I think it's going to be before. Zab's our primary threat here. 50, and he's looking at a really good Asia as long as he can play anything. Which he can, but he's not set up to do any like extra turn shenanigans. So with Asia, 65, whatever he plays here, puts him up at like, let's say, I don't know, 80 or something like that. I think we're good. I think we're pretty much a lock victory here. Science Institute. Sure. Yeah, it's 2 rep for him, which is a victory point. Makes sense. Keep feeling like there's something I would have forgotten, but I think I've got it. I think I have numbered it correctly. All right, Big E here, and then probably like a little pavilion situation. Could be a oneer. Wonder if when Decant built this, he didn't realize these guys were water guys, but he could have undone it that turn. So I have to assume he's got more reptiles in hand. Late breeding program's a little sad. A 6 build. Could be like, I think he's interested in getting to over here, right? So 5 and a 6. Has like an elephant. If he has another bird, another determination bird, oh, that's where my money is. He's got the eagle. The other eagle. That's insane. That's insane. And would put him up to, oh, it doesn't matter. He's got the 2 birds there. Yeah, he's got an issue with what actual conservation projects he can take. Gorilla research. Ah, some extra money for me. Pretty sad little slow worm here. Hopefully something Asian. You're teasing me, Zab. Oh, not Asian. That's a bummer. It's a good release card. I took that stupid Bavarian project. Yeah, a fair amount. It's 6. It's, it's not even a game where that's ostensibly a thing that matters. That's not my board. You guys seeing this? Okay. Being weird. Being weird. You go down. Another 2 for my bear exhibit. I didn't think about that. So it's 22, 93. Okay. I mean, even if we ended the round, it'd be fine. Oh, that's funny. Maybe I won't be able to do a double association if like Boomy like freaking presses the button for 9. I mean, that doesn't help him at all. Sacrifices his turn to sacrifice my turn. It'll stop me from doing the herbivore breeding program for, 3 points essentially. Oh, 2 points because this is actually going to put me up to here. So it's really just 2. Yeah, that's not that big a cost to me if I don't get to do a double. Oh no, it is 3 points because my endgame project is 3. Is this conservation zoo? So that cares about every project that I do. Either way, I don't think that's too terrible. Zab might press the 5 button here. No one really benefits from a reset because all the workers are there, and it doesn't seem like anybody's in need of money. It's one of those ice cream parlor things. Oh, a card play. Expert in large animals. Sure. Take the 4 points or whatever. Oh no, he played a breeding cooperation. 1, 2, 3. I think that's going to wind up being a dud for him. Am I missing something? Maybe he just thinks the game is going on for longer and he's got plans for 2 other projects. Zab's not interested in pushing it. I should remember that he picked up that gorilla research. That is definitely a fair number of points for him as he jams his way up the track there. Let's do things. Supposed to play the stupid dominance monkey? I didn't even think about that. I was so focused in here. They're both 2, right? Because he gets this. Oh, they're both 2 and 10 because this is the it's a bear for my bear project thing. It's also a 3rd bear, so he's worth another point there. Okay. Should have thought about that though. I think I could have made some different plans. It's also another 2 points for the diversity researcher. I'm just going to move on with my life, but let's think about this. Just to say that I should have done something differently. So if I grab this, that puts me at 4 monkeys. First of all, I should also consider if my opponents could play it. Boomy could play it. Oh no, he doesn't have the monkeys. I mean, I guess he could play a second monkey. Whatever. It's this 10-10 is the same because of the bear thing. 2-2 is the same because of this. However, I'll come back to that. So the question is, does taking two, there's absolutely no way the round ends because people press that. So does taking 2 of these, 4 and 2, is that better than taking 4 here plus 2 extra or 4 CP here, 2 extra for this? I think it's very, very close, but actually I do think it's favorable for the bear because I'm going to get to do 2 actions. But it's very, very close. If I had noticed earlier, maybe I wouldn't have to do the shenanigans with the taking the turn for the research guy here. That's worth the consideration. All right. There's the aforementioned elephant. And did that give him the worker too? Yeah, that's sick. That's a really sick play. Can't complain with the bear, but we would have been slightly happier, I think, with the elephant. I guess it depends on what cards you draw, but even still. Extra action. It's close. It's pretty close. We've got to do some math on this bird release project. So we could dump Chica instead. That's 15 for those, minus 4 for this makes 11, which certainly seems more than 6. So that was fast. And moment of truth. Plus we get to eat more cards. Yeah, everything went really, really well for us this game. Do we need to hate draft anything? Right, because we can go here and hate something off the board. We don't need to, but I guess we shouldn't make the board better. Because if we took something, there's a chance we put something at the top that's really good. Like, right, Golden Eagle goes here. Yeah, everything worked really well for us. I mean, we basically, right, we started with our Tarsier, got blocked out of the Asia thing, and we really luckily drew that Secretary Bird off the top to play into the 5 slot here. The awkward first round was a little bit bad for us, but it did let us set up this 2-in-1, meaning that we didn't need to worry about, usually having to flip the Sponsors Association early sucks because other people can flip their builds and they can do kind of shenanigans what we did. But because the first round was so long, we built out the spaces that we need for our Tarsier and our Sun Bear, and paying attention to what our opponents were doing, is very, very unlikely that they were going to take the Asian Partner Zoo. And then obviously when we managed to execute our sort of like, nope, we're not building anything, we've got our 2 Asia cards here that we're playing, and our Herpetologist and the Secretary Bird, which, by the way, Secretary Bird, again, is our 5th icon here, right? Like, we had such a sick draw. Like, getting the Sun Bear, getting the Secretary Bird was like such a blessing. I think Herpetologist was probably MVP this game. It made $30-something off of this one freaking card, which gave us all the flexibility. I mean, I guess we have $30 at the end, but for sure the money in the middle got tight at certain points. So that was really, really significant. Obviously, this then catapulted us, gave us $10 to keep running for when problems came up. It also made it so that we were good enough to get into the 8 slot here. Again, thanks to Secretary Bird putting us to 6, so just 2 more. Got us the extra university, which was another free action there, essentially. And then, we just proceeded to draw, admittedly mediocre, but lizards, which we could easily play out. So we just jammed out our lizards. We took a good card off the stack just to prevent ourselves from being attacked by it, but also, it scores points by itself. It moved us up on Asia. And yes, we did want to wait, and often games I would wait, but I had this sense that I wanted to jam it out. I mean, hilariously, if I had played more greedy drawing cards, we would have drawn the red panda, and we would have been able to sort of do the 5 thing, but this worked out just fine with us grabbing the 3 here. Getting these rewards, this snap reward was really beneficial for us. We got to like grab a couple things along the way, and then we were just a step ahead. We were ahead on income. We were ahead on like having flipped energy here, and allow us just do some silly stuff. All right, let's see what Dick Hant did to finish the round. Looks like he played out some animals. So, I see. We got our white rhino here that didn't get to live his dream, and a monitor to continue the reptile path and live in this budding reptile house. Let's see what we've got here for Boomy. Looks like he's doing some getting a university and completing take something from the... Oh, I see. You got this for that. Not that it really matters. Now we don't know. Plays 2 if you support Base, constant, only that. I support the Africa. I have 3. Support the conspirators if you had 4 Africa icons. I saw many movie players. One of the ones below the board. Oh, yeah, pretty clear. And then is Zab going to grab second here? I think probably. Let's see. Blue. Research. 3. 9 points. 76. 2. So he's guaranteed. Looks like he's actually got a better plan with playing out some... that's funny. I mean, it's plus 7 points for the Eagle. Yeah, so we're going to win. I'm curious how many rounds this was. I did feel like, I mean, things rolled really well. Species diversity is a silly... I mean, I said it, right? Someone gets the thing. It's the double lucky, and I had the herpetologist. I'm really glad I kept this at the beginning. You know, we didn't get to do sort of basic Asia Tarsier things to do like the 2 here, which was sort of the plan from the beginning. We had to pivot a little bit, but cards just blessed us. Yeah, that's how it goes. Oh, is he just psyching us out? Sure, fair enough. All right, and that's going to be it. Thanks for watching, everybody. Hope you had a nice time. Obviously it's much faster to watch 2-player Ark Nova, but in a lot of you know, tournament scenes, you're going to actually be playing 3 or 4-player Ark Nova. So I felt like it was very appropriate to plan for exactly that. 3 for Conservation Zoo, pretty sick. All right, there we have it. Let's give Boomy that plus. And let's check out some stats real fast. 31 round game, pretty reasonable, pretty normal. Peel heavy, conservation. We took more animal actions than anybody and way more association actions. I guess I just didn't take many X actions. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So a lot of X actions taken by other folks. And yeah, we gained the most money in here. Yeah, that was that early association for plus $5 caught us up. Cool. Thanks for watching. Hope you had a wonderful day. See you next time. Bye.